What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the GoodeBaker podcast. I'm Nick Baker, alongside Shane Good.
Gucci, boys.
And we are here to talk to you about video games. So, first things first, man. What have we been playing?
Well, we've been playing something. I'll start with the easy one, right? So Fortnite.
Right.
Fortnite, new tactical assault rifle. It's awesome. It's shit. I hate it. The gun's fucking garbage.
Yeah.
No, it's basically what they did was they literally were like, hey, we want to make a new assault rifle, but we already have too many assault rifles. So let's make an assault rifle that takes SMG ammo.
Wow. All right.
So
you can imagine that. I mean, there's so much more SMG ammo out there than there's assault rifle ammo. So.
It's literally another SMG that has the name assault rifle. Same rate of fire as like the drum gun, super fast fire rate. Just bulking up on that spray meta because taking away the pump wasn't hurtful enough for me.
Right, exactly. Now it's just more spray and pray.
Yo.
Oh God.
Yo.
Yeah, I can only imagine that game was crazy when I left it, and now it's just that they're testing out the new grounds for all these new guns. So it seems pretty interesting.
It's interesting, but so the second game I'm playing is a game called Dragon Claw. Nope, Dragon Cliff. Sorry.
Dragon Cliff.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my bad. I wrote it down wrong on the notes.
That's all right. I read what you wrote, even though I knew what the name of it was.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Either way.
Agree to disagree.
So Dragon Cliff is a idle RPG game, or like a semi-idle RPG game. There's idle aspects of it where you can, while you're playing the game, you can grind dungeons without actually like being present for it. So it's kind of like running in the background, and you can do different things to your village or produce different things with other characters that aren't currently running.
Cool. So it's sort of, like kind of set it and forget it. Like, I think Final Fantasy Tactics had a similar idea where you send some of your party members out on some stuff, and then you could do missions of your own.
Yep.
So.
Very, very similar. Very loot heavy. Very loot hungry. Lots of different stuff.
Yeah. Lots
of different combinations.
Cool.
A lot of fun stuff. But it's pretty dope game. About 10 hours into it. Hopefully, we'll get a little further this week. I don't know. This week's been a little crazy, so I haven't really been able to play too many games. But I know you've been ready to play a couple things. Did you ever happen to finish? You were doing Persona 5, right?
Yeah.
Did you finish it? Did you beat it? What's the?
This game is killing me slowly on the inside. Every hour I see chalked up, because every time you save, you see that clock, and you're like, oh man, I've spent so much of my life trying to finish this game. It's still so good, but man, what I assume is either the last or second to last dungeon. I don't want to spoil myself too much, so I don't go into too much depth with like the guides or whatever. I just go and get some quick little answers for some questions for the quizzes and whatnot, but then I'm back out of that again. But Persona 5, man, it's a long game. And,
I've heard.
I've just been chipping away at it alongside Days Gone, which I've been playing more of as well. That's another.
Do you feel like it's earned its reviews, or do you feel like it's evened out? You're 2 weeks out from it. You're kind of you've stepped away from it probably a couple times and then come back to it.
Yeah, it is. I found it tough to really try and sit down and put myself in the mindset to play it. It's such a you're going around and getting so many side quests and doing so many things that you kind of, if you go away from it and come back, you forget what you're really trying to do. They do a good job of like kind of organizing each storyline into a separate segment, but it still hasn't quite got its hooks into me, and I don't find myself going back to it time and time again. Meanwhile, while I've been chipping away at those two, I've also been slowly chipping away at Final Fantasy 15. I'm trying to get the Platinum Trophy. It'd be my first Platinum Trophy ever. And and I'm only 3 trophies away, and I've been super close, I think, with one game before. I think it was like Assassin's Creed 2. It was my closest game. I had like 98% of the trophies for that, and I don't know why I never finished it. But yeah, so I'm pretty close there, and I'm pretty excited to try and get that done. I just need to beat a few more things.
Nice.
But anyway, so that's what
good.
we've been playing. Back on track here. Big topics of the week.
Yeah,
so,
man.
The first one I have down here is Skull and Bones. I guess isn't going to be at E3.
Yeah, which kind of bumming about that. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, obviously the past like 3 weeks I've been like, dude, Skull and Bones. It's gonna be like I'm really looking into this. I'm really looking forward to this. And then they were like, also, Skull and Bones won't be there.
Hopefully this doesn't mean worse things like maybe a cancellation, because usually if things
Tears.
I mean we haven't seen too much about it, and it has been really quiet on that front.
Yeah,
so
true.
Fingers crossed. But I mean this is like a good news bad news situation with this, where we get the bad news of Skull and Bones not being there, we get the good news that they have confirmed that they're going to have 4 AAA titles before March of next year, which is pretty crazy.
That's a lot of work.
So, including Ghost Recon.
Yes.
That leaves 3 AAA games that we don't know about from Ubisoft before next March. So this leaves speculation open. It could be anywhere from like Watch Dogs 3 or, maybe some Beyond Good and Evil, Assassin's Creed expansions, like so many cool things that they could do.
I mean, don't you want to, like, come on. All right, here's what happens, right? You sit down, you're on your couch, you put on your high-tech PS5 VR wear, you get out your sword, you stand up, and you get kicked off a cliff because you're playing For Honor 2.
Oh man, yeah, For Honor 2.
Come on.
The only way that game could be more frustrating is if I was getting kicked off the edge in VR. But in all actuality, I've been hearing some rumblings of on Reddit of the Red Steel 3 or Red Steel 2, or I don't know which one we're on, but the
Red Steel franchise.
Yeah, Red Steel franchise coming back as a VR title.
Oh my!
Which could be really cool, because I mean the original came out with the motion controls.
Yup.
And I think it was pretty well received back on the Wii.
My God, what a classical console at this point in the game.
Yeah. I mean, God, I don't remember the last time I played a Wii game. I think it was probably Wii Sports. You know what I mean?
I mean, we no pun intended.
Yeah.
We bring it out once a year for our Extra Life. And we do boom blocks. I don't know if you remember that. All right, so basically, it's 4 people play, split screen, and you all throw like dodgeballs at the other person's castle, and they build like a little cat. You get like 2 minutes to build a castle, and then the last castle standing is the one that wins.
That
and it's
sounds
just
great.
it's a fun little like PvP game that like the loser has to drink, or like. You can do whatever you want with it. It's fun.
For sure. And Nintendo's got the market cornered on the drinking games.
They really do.
Mario Party drinking games, Mario Kart drinking games. Pretty much any Mario game, you just take a shot anytime you do anything in those games. You're ready to go. But
pretty much.
Back to the topics.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have Naughty Dog. One of the co-directors of that game tweeted out this week that the tweet suggested that they were hiring for the final development stages on Last of Us 2.
So you're going to apply, right?
Oh yeah, 100. Mine's already in the mail, dude. I'm
in the mail. You mailed it.
Yeah.
You didn't do it online like the rest of us?
I figured that they wouldn't want that resume, so I'm hoping it gets lost. But yeah, man, this really excites me. We watched a little bit of the gameplay before we came in here, and just recapping, and I forgot how gorgeous that game is.
Absolutely beautiful, man. Way past its time for sure.
Right, and the just every simple little animation that you see throughout the gameplay just blows me away. It's just the way that Ellie pulls the arrows out of corpses that are lying around, and they kind of jolt and move and fall over. It's just that little attention to detail shows you why Naughty Dog is really top echelon.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, and if you're one of the lucky ones that gets hired there, man, hopefully you can really add something great to that team, because they're killing it right now.
For sure. I tell you, I think one of my favorite, like, watching that show, one of my favorite parts, beside from obviously like the sheer fluidity and graphics and just like how beautiful the game is, and the piece that really excites me, I don't know how much it will really be done in the game, but where she's running towards somebody and she doesn't have any arrows and she picks up a bottle or something, it's like a glass bottle, and she just like quickly without stopping picks it up, throws it at somebody, and then goes in for the kill. It's like the fluidity of just using your environment is just so exciting.
And the shot there at the end of that E3 trailer where she's behind like a catalog tower or something like that, and that
when she's crafting the arrow,
the variety store, she crafts the explosive arrow behind that. She does it so quickly, and she straps it on there and just raises up, and the explosion that comes from that is so visceral. Everything there moves. Like you can see little pieces of paper move and the shrapnel. The guy with the axe there gets knocked over, and that gives her the opportunity to go in and grab him. And oh man.
Although retrospect, why wouldn't she have taken the shotgun instead of the arrows? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Heat of the moment.
Yeah, I guess.
She has been pretty comfortable with that bow and arrow since the first game. So.
It's true. Although it makes me wonder how free will you be to make those decisions? Like in situations like that where you could take the arrows or you could take the shotgun. I wonder, you know what I mean? I wonder if there'll be that freedom.
I hope that they do really delve into like more choice-based like combat variations like that. Like it could be really cool what they could do. Like you choose, you look really quick, you can choose to pick up the arrows or re-knock some arrows and nail that guy, or you can just quickly pick up the loaded shotgun or maybe unloaded shotgun and
you don't know.
You click and maybe there's not a bullet there and you're screwed, or maybe you have a shotgun shell left and it saves your life. Stuff like that really excites me. And
100%, man. It's going to be really interesting.
Unfortunately, that's the kind of stuff that it seems like is lacking from Days Gone, where it's getting so compared to The Last of Us. It's the Last of Us polish is that so that Days Gone doesn't have anything like that. It's you see the corners of that game so quickly, and it's just something you don't even see from an E3 demo from a game that's possibly like 3 years out at that point.
For sure,
man, impressive. But anyway,
hats to Naughty Dog.
We could talk about that all day.
Easily.
At least I could. And,
easily.
But anyway, next topic. We were, or I was looking online today. Things were pretty thin this week. Being right before E3, there's not too much.
Yeah, nobody's throwing their spoilers out quite yet.
One thing that I was pretty interested in now is Red Dead Redemption finally knocked off their beta name on the online features. So
yes, I did.
They're finally out of the beta phase there, so I wonder if that means that things are getting a little bit more serious on that end of things. Maybe everything's more final now, and I haven't really dipped back into it since it was an early beta phase. But
yeah, me either. I played it right as it kind of stretched out, and then I got a bounty, and it was real hard for me to do absolutely anything, and it kind of needed that that GTA Lester call where you could just kind of like get the bounty off, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean for sure. And man, I feel like the online version of that game didn't really have the personality that the single player game did.
Yeah.
I played through the whole single player and beat the single player, and the story for that was just so great. Like everything about it was elevated to a whole new level for storytelling, I think, and it was kind of a mixed bag. People either loved it or hated it for strictly as like exploration or whatever. But I think the story was one thing that everybody came back to and was pretty glowing on. But the online just never really had that really meaningful story that it came with. It just didn't knock it out of the park for me. Maybe some people had a different opinion, but that was where it didn't really hit the nail on the head for me.
I can feel that.
But anyway, Red Dead Redemption dropping the beta, not that big a deal. But this Thursday had a lot.
Did.
First things first. The Division 2 8-player raid launched on Thursday.
Now,
and we watched a little bit of that. It just pretty much looks like more of the same to me. Yeah. I mean, just with eight people, which is kind of cool.
There's 8 people now.
It's kind of cool. More the merrier, in my opinion. If you can play with more people, I think it's pretty cool, especially a co-op game. Yeah. But what do you think? What did you say?
I mean, same as you, man. There's 8 people now. It looks. I think it didn't even look like it was that difficult per se. It didn't look like there was really any puzzles. It didn't really look like there was any. I don't know. It looked pretty melancholy. I'm gonna take this gun. I'm gonna shoot that dude.
Yeah.
He's gonna go down. I'm gonna go pick up his shit. Like.
Or maybe you won't. In IGN's case, the guy we were watching
man.
had some terrible aim. I did not catch the guy's name, but
yeah,
for better, we'll probably not mention it here.
I mean, I did catch his name, but I won't. Yeah, I won't burn it out.
Exactly. But the one thing I did catch towards the end of that gameplay was like a 15-minute gameplay video. We didn't want to sit through like the whole raid.
It's like 5 hours.
Oh my god, yeah. But anyway, the first thing that I noticed towards the end of that was there was a little bit of a puzzly element where we kind of saw like some sort of maybe reactor box that triggered some sort of armor diffusion on an opponent, and that could be interesting maybe on like maybe a larger scale enemy, or it's really difficult with the Division because you have to really be grounded with actual people. You can't use like giant robots or aliens like the Division can. I mean, not the Division. Destiny 2 can, and
yeah, they're very limited in their choices of like what they can really do for sure. But I mean, the gameplay still looks solid as ever.
I mean, it's still a gorgeous game. I love playing the game. I reached max, but these guys are just like what
500
gear score 500. I'm at like 280.
Yeah, and actually that reminds me, they're bringing off that gear score another 15 points. So that must mean the whatever you can get from this raid will knock you up 15 points. I wonder if it'll do it like 500 to 15, or if it'll be like 502.
Yeah.
Do the raid again. 503.
Yikes.
Wait for it. 505.
Really nickel timing.
Like, yeah, I just don't know how much they'll squeeze.
Where it's the only raid so far, I feel like they might do something similar. But my hope is that they just have raid sets that then you can reconfigure at the workbench. Maybe you can boost those a little bit. But other than that, it didn't really catch my eye as something that's like really groundbreaking. You know, I thought that for sure that the first raid in the Division was going to like blow our minds. Like, oh man, whole different aspects of gameplay. Like maybe, like you said, some puzzle aspects. But aside from that, I think it really comes down to the fact that I think they just want to have that gameplay loop and gameplay flow all very similar to the standard game, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think the Division fans are really gonna enjoy diving back into the raid again and again, just like Destiny 2 players do. They love to grind that stuff. So if it's for you, go for it. It's right in there, and I'll definitely take a peek once I get to that max rank. It's gonna take me a little longer than some of the folks out there, but
evidently, I don't know, man. I tell you though, you know what we were really excited about for on the Thursday drop.
Oh yeah,
dude,
let me know.
Well, don't want to dance around it. Mario Maker 2.
Mario Maker 2.
Oh my gosh, dude, that trailer looks so good, and as in normal Nintendo fashion, they're throwing in so much stuff that they're just not saying anything about. Like, oh man, the cart, like that little cart. I'm really curious to know if that's is that like a thing? Is there going to be a car in Mario Maker, or is that just a shout out to Mario Kart?
Yeah, I think that everything that they showed there, I believe is going to be part of the actual suite of stuff that you can do for the game. Hopefully they don't lock anything behind like the actual like creator tools. Like, hopefully they just give you everything. And I think that they're giving you even more than we could have really hoped for from the first iteration. I played a very, very small amount of the first Mario Maker, and it was intensely fun. Like all the really cool created levels and stuff like that were really super fun to go through, and I think that given the new tools that they have now and seeing all the advancements they've made as far as like themes and stuff that you can put over everything, and they've added water, they've added the scrolling levels, and it just looks intensely fun, and it's the thing that Little Big Planet was trying to nail, but they never quite got it right, where they had the whole suite of stuff that you could create with, but it never felt quite like tight, whereas Mario is just the classic platformer. It 100%. Always feels tight, and now that you can create with such precision and like all these tools are at your disposal, I think it's going to be a really, really fun time.
So I don't know how much. I mean, obviously you said you don't play a ton of Mario Maker. Are you familiar with the impossible level?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so here's how this works. I'm gonna run you through like a quick little piece. The first Mario Maker, to upload a level, you had to be able to complete the level first. So when you completed the level, you were able to upload it, and before that you could upload it as an incomplete level where people could edit it, but if you complete it, you can upload it as a challenge level. So people have tried to make an unbeatable level. So it's a level that once you beat it, when it restarts, because you can beat it, restart it, Mario is locked in place. So you can make the level like incredibly complex and virtually unbeatable unless you know exactly where to do it, how to do it, when to do it. But it is not complete. Like it is impossible to make the impossible level. So there's videos and videos and videos of people saying they have the impossible level, and you know, where somebody's willing to offer a challenge, somebody's always willing to accept the challenge.
Right.
So I wonder, you know, it kind of excites me to see what we're gonna get, how hard these levels are gonna get.
Right.
Like, and especially with that, there's the snake that allows a loop. I'm wondering if, you know, maybe that snake is going to kind of play a really big piece of it, because it would be possible to just link multiple snakes together, and then maybe like 12 hours later, there's like a little gap that you can jump through.
Oof.
And like,
rough,
dude, I could see it. Like,
man, that'd be. I feel like now more than ever, it's the time to have these like incredibly crazy challenges, because people are, like you said, they're taking up these challenges just for sheer fun. Like, people just love that stuff.
Yeah.
As for myself, I like a challenge in a game, but man, once it gets hair pulling, it's no fun for me anymore.
Oh, you don't even know the half of it.
Yeah.
The things you can do, you can make lock codes with music notes.
Whew.
And like you can encode like secret messages in the music notes, and the game will only progress if it has a specific set of music notes played in a very specific order, and you can do like 26 of them in a row.
Wow.
And you can have like 14 of them. So you can do like 26, 14 possibilities, or like
wow.
Hard to figure out. So that's beyond hair pulling.
My first thought when I saw all of this stuff, and what I remembered from the first is the homage levels, like the levels that kind of give homage to some either older Nintendo games or some games that aren't even in like the Nintendo library. Like, I can see somebody just now, like you said, with the snake, they could make an homage to like a Dragon Ball type of thing, where they're like following the snake like Shenron throughout the first opening for Dragon Ball Z. That'd be really, really cool. And
oh my gosh, a Dragon Ball opening. That would be...
Imagine if you could add like music clips too, and just like Dragon Balls. You know what I mean?
So good,
it'd be super, super cool. But anyway, so that's it for our big topics of the week. It was kind of slim, like I said, but there is some really good news for the future here.
There is.
We have the Ubisoft stuff and Naughty Dog kind of wrapping up.
A lot to look forward to.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
It sounds super amazing. These next couple of years are going to be amazing for games. But the last thing I want to mention, big games out this week. We briefly went over it last week. Rage 2 came out on Tuesday, I believe. And
it did, yeah.
Tuesday, and came out to some middle-of-the-road reviews. We have Metacritic at 68%, and I think that for what it is and what it was trying to do, I think that it's expected to have that kind of middle-of-the-road thing. Some people are really into the adventure-based Doom-like first-person shooters.
Yeah.
And some people just aren't. I looked at a lot of gameplay today and yesterday with like Jack Frags and stuff like that on YouTube.
What a legend.
Yeah, legend. And it looks fun. The moment-to-moment gameplay, gunplay, and all that looks really, really interesting. And the powers seem very Borderlands-esque, honestly. It really did remind me a lot of that.
The guns remind me a lot of it, too.
It seems like a high-res version of Borderlands to me.
What's I forget the name of that art style every time, but it doesn't have that, like...
The shell-shaded.
Yeah, it doesn't have the shell-shaded art style, but at the same time, it has the
cell-shaded.
Oh, cell-shaded.
Yeah. Oh, no, I fucked it up.
Yeah.
Trust me.
It's all... but it does, I feel like if you were to smash Borderlands 1 and Fallout 4 and just... that's what you'd get.
Yeah, it does seem a lot like that. Maybe a little bit of Mad Max in there, too.
Yeah, honestly, though.
That's the cliche everybody seems to be bringing out with this game, which is completely in line, because, man, this game looks like it was exactly ripped from Mad Max.
Yeah.
With like some neon paint, but... Yeah, the game series seems like it might be in a little bit of a standstill after this one. Like I said, there were some good reviews. IGN, I think, gave it an 8. They enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So there are some people out there that do
definitely mixed territory.
And Bethesda. You're gonna get a mixed bag whether you want it or not, especially now in the aftermath of 76. People have kind of seen through their armor, whereas I think, were pretty much untouchable before that. And I mean, everybody trusted them to, like, Fallout 4 kind of had a little bit of a twinge of maybe, I don't know, maybe they should explore different engines and stuff like that. But I think now more than ever, I think they really need to come back and
step it up.
Come back swinging with whatever they come out with next. I think Doom Eternal is up next for them. So.
And I mean, Doom Eternal definitely should spawn a big following. Doom has a really hardcore following. They have a really big following for speedrunners. If Doom Eternal does well, I think that it will put them back on the map. But right now, man, it's not looking super great. I was looking through some of the stuff about Rage 2, and I don't know, they don't have a super big weapon selection. They don't have, like, the map's not, like, insanely big. So I guess, like, the hooks for the game have to be more gameplay, story-related. They have to be a little bit more in-depth than just, we have a map that's 3 times bigger than before, like, you know.
And all these colors that are not gray and brown. It's...
Yeah.
Hopefully they can just iterate on this, because I do like a lot of the things that they're trying to do with Rage, like this really, like, adrenaline rush first-person shooter. You get in there and everything's super fast. You have, like, that adrenaline needle ability where you just burst with speed, and every shot that you take is increased damage, and so it does have that lick of excitement that you really want in a first-person shooter like that.
For sure.
I mean, with its hookups and, hang-ups is what I meant, but...
Yeah, same thing.
But anyway, so that closes out everything we have for this week. As for keeping up with us, keep checking back on the YouTube channel, subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you like. We just need some support. Ring that bell. Till next week, peace.
Peace.